Hello. Had quite a few requests for a video on recovery and family. Um, it's a hard one to just do a video on because there's no sort of standard for this, and there's no right or wrong way for this, and there's no normal situation for this. I've had people recover with a lot of family support. I've had people recover with absolutely no family support. I've had people recover with some sort of family support. I've had people recover with not very helpful family support. I've had people recover that are estranged from their family. Um, so, all the different scenarios, the one thing that is constant, the one thing that remains, I believe, to be true, regardless of what your relationship with your family is, what sort of family support that you have, how much family you have, is that you can recover regardless of the environment that you're in if you decide that you want to recover. So you can recover if you have a really helpful, supportive family that are just there for you and are asking you, what do you need? Tell me what to do, and are doing all the right things. You can recover if you have family that are not there and you don't even talk to them and are no form of support at all. And you can recover if you have family that are actually a negative impact. In any of those circumstances, you can recover because you are the one that gets yourself recovered. Recovery is between you, your brain, and your body. So those are the people involved in recovery. Anybody outside of that is like an accessory, is an extra, is a bonus or not. So you may choose to involve recovery professionals. You may choose to confide in close friends. You may choose to have your family support you. Or you may choose to not do any of those things and you might still very successfully recover. Sometimes, and I've said this a lot about professional support, that no professional support is better than bad professional support. Probably true of family support as well, that no family support is probably more helpful than family support that's actually a negative influence. But unlike treatment professionals whom you employ, family members, you can't sack them, unfortunately. So you sometimes do have to recover with less than positive family support. I've known people recover in families that actively encourage restriction, families that are very, very derogatory towards weight gain, people in larger bodies. I've known people recover in families that actively support and encourage eating disorder behaviours. And of course, that's not ideal, is it? But like I said, you can't sack the family members, they're going to be there in the house. So all it means is that you just have to learn to deal with it and recover in that environment. And I know that sounds, oh God, that must be impossible. It's not impossible. I promise you it's not impossible. And it's also something that if you can learn to allow those sorts of comments, those sorts of influences to wash off you and not affect you, then that sets you up for a ton of being able to have a sustainable recovery in all sorts of adverse situations. So you might think that if somebody is recovering in an environment where it's just super supportive in the correct way, family members encouraging the person to eat, encouraging them to be accepting of their body at any size, encouraging all of that, you might think that that is the ideal environment to recover in. Maybe it is. But then what happens when that person who's sort of doing well in recovery and starting to get back out into the real world goes to the real world and goes to work and they're surrounded with fat phobic, body phobic, chocolate phobic, food phobic, normal in our society, unfortunately, people, they're not going to have had any practice dealing with that, and it's going to be difficult for them to learn how to deal with that in that workplace environment or any environment, wherever the hell it is that they are. So everything that is an adversity, everything that is a difficulty, everything that's something that we have to work through and overcome in recovery sets us up for having a sustainable recovery. Somebody who has recovered early on in an environment where they're surrounded with people who are all fat phobic and X, Y, Z, all that stuff, once they get out and start going to work, that kind of thing is going to be like water off a duck's back for them. So I'm not saying that it's necessarily better if you recover in an environment where people are assholes, but what I am saying is that people are assholes all over the place, and you cannot go through your life avoiding assholes. They're going to be there. And so you're going to have to encounter assholes sooner or later in your recovery. And if your family are the assholes, then that just sets you up for being able to deal with non-family members who are assholes, doesn't it? And if your family members are not assholes, then that's great too. But you're going to have to deal with assholes at some point, so be ready for it. Hope that helps. Bye.